So is Rob Astorino the man to beat for the GOP's gubernatorial nomination in New York, or will Donald Trump actually move from the sidelines to the campaign? Joining me now, Ed Cox, the chairman of the New York State Republican Party. So nice to see you tonight, Mr. Chair.
Good to be with you again,
And I want to start this way. This situation, Trump, Astorino, a battle of the two, it has to be an increasing thorn in your side.
Not at all. It's very exciting. It makes an interesting race. You got a very successful businessman who's a media star, could self-fund his race. On the other hand, you've got Rob Astorino, who, as you know, in Westchester here has been elected twice. And last time he won in last November with 61% of the Hispanic vote and a good portion of the African-American vote. This guy shows that he can win in 2-to-1 Democratic Westchester County.
But
we have two great candidates here going forward to the convention.
Well, maybe you do have two great candidates, but the problem, either one of them wants the other out of the way. Trump wants the field cleared for him, and Astorino is making the same wish or demand, if you will.
No, actually he hasn't. He said either get in or get out. That's all.
Right. Okay.
So Astorino, actually, I would like to see him in. Let's go to the convention and see what the committeemen decide.
And what about Donald Trump? Is he becoming a thorn for you or for the state party?
No.
Would you really like to see Donald Trump in this race?
I think it would be exciting to see both of them go to the convention. And they're two different. They present two different things to the state committee that will make designate their candidate at the convention. After that, I don't want to see a primary. But between now and mid-May, when we have our convention on May 14th and 15th, the next 3 months, it'd be good to see them both going side by side at that convention. Not going at each other, but going at Cuomo. Who's got the best message with respect to Cuomo to defeat Cuomo? But
what if there is a primary? That's the problem for the Republicans. And of course, you have a strong Andrew Cuomo waiting in the background.
Absolutely, but it would make it exciting to see both of them. You guys would be very interested in Trump versus Astorino over the next 3 months. And they're not competing for the general vote, remember. They're competing for the designation at the convention of who is the candidate that's designated by the party. After that, I don't think whoever wins that will go forward, and I don't think there would be a primary.
Is Donald Trump a political flirt?
He has certainly thought of running for office on a number of other occasions, both for governor of New York and for president of the United States. He has been interested in politics. He certainly understands public relations and how to handle media. I think he's very good at politics. He's just never run a race before. He certainly looked at a number of races.
What about Mr. Trump's demand that party leaders, hint, hint, clear the field for him?
Well, he's made that demand, but that's not going to happen. I think Rob Astorino has been building his campaign step by step, and I think he's going to be announcing fairly soon. But of course, I'm not going to prejudge that. He'll announce when he wants to and what he wants to announce.
You really believe Astorino may be a serious contender here and may be seriously running?
Andrew Cuomo has put a lot of election year stuff out, election year budget that is a fraud on the people of the state of New York. It has a hypothetical bottom line that really the budget experts say is not possible, and based on that he's promising tax cuts in the future. He has done the same with projects around the state, with Startup New York, Tax-Free New York, taxpayer advertisements about his great tax-free New York. Well, New York is not tax-free. We are the most heavily taxed state in the United States. We are the least business-friendly state in the United States. And I think in the end, this is going to be about jobs and the economy and bringing New York back to being a winning state, not the most losing state in the United States. That's going to be the issue. And on that, Andrew Cuomo loses.
Mr. Chair, what do you say to those that claim that that Andrew Cuomo just cannot lose this upcoming election, that he's almost a shoo-in for re-election?
Dominic, you know, anyone involved in politics will say there's no such thing as a shoo-in in politics, that a day in politics is a year.
Fair enough, but let's assume for argument's sake, just for argument's sake, that Astorino is the Republican nominee. What would that race look like? Astorino, Cuomo?
Astorino saying, you know, in Westchester, the budget in Westchester is now 5% less in real terms than it was when I came in 4 years ago. Why couldn't you do that, Governor? Your budget is 10, 15% more than it was when you came in. And you say you're a fiscal conservative, you're not. I'm the real deal, and I've had pro-growth programs here in Westchester County. It's 2-to-1 Democratic. Westchester really is a microcosm of New York State. I can do for New York State what I did for Westchester County.
I close on this note, but what if you have standing in the wings Donald Trump and also Carl Palladino out of Buffalo?
Well, we'll have to see what happens with Carl Palladino. At the moment, Carl Palladino is supporting Mr. Trump, so we'll see where that goes.
Okay, Mr. Chair, we thank you very much for joining us tonight. When we come back, we will have reaction to this interview and continue our focus on Republicans in New York.